In tonight's headlines, William Lai strikes a conciliatory tone with Beijing after being elected as Taiwan's next leader. Woman swept into sea by strong wave in Shek O drowns alongside with her brother who tries to save her. And Yannick Sinner among favourites to advance on day one of the Australian Open.
The people of Taiwan have spoken in a result which analysts say will shape the island's relationship with Beijing in the years to come. William Lai from the independence-leaning Democratic Progressive Party has been picked as president for the coming 4 years. His running mate Xiao B. Kim, the former Taiwanese representative to the United States, will become vice president. With the victory, the DPP made history as the first party to lead the island for 3 consecutive terms since direct elections began in 1996.
I want to thank the Taiwanese people for writing a new chapter in our democracy. We have shown the world how much we cherish our democracy. This is our unwavering commitment.
Having been branded by Beijing as a troublemaker, Lai was quick to strike a conciliatory tone and called for peace among the Taiwan Straits.
Taiwan did not engage in any provocative actions. We only want to maintain a free and democratic style of living. As long as there is dignity and parity between two sides of the strait, Taiwan is very willing to engage in dialogues with China. We're willing to exchange, to cooperate, for the benefit of the people on both sides of the strait so that we can create a peaceful and also prosperous environment.
Lai will take over the reins in May from Tsai Ing-wen, who urged her right-hand man to communicate with the opposition parties and resolve social differences. Lai garnered just over 40% of the vote, a far cry from the 57% won by Tsai 4 years ago. Main opposition candidate HOYIBC of the Kuomintang party finished with 33.5%. The former police chief apologized to supporters after his promise of de-escalating tensions with Beijing failed to strike a chord with the public. Former Taipei Mayor Ko Wen-je came last at 26%, but the doctor was optimistic in defeat, saying his bloc has proved there is room for more than 2 parties in Taiwan. Over 14 million voters turned up yesterday, representing a turnout of 72%. Voters also picked their representatives to the 113-strong legislature. The DPP earned only 51 seats, 1 less than the Kuomintang, while Ko's Taiwan People's Party secured 8 seats. With the DPP losing the absolute majority, it must look for support from the TPP to pass bills. Lai said that the setback suggested his party did not work hard enough and pledged to conduct a review. Maisie Mok, Cable News. Hours after William Lai's victory was confirmed, Beijing reminded Taiwan's next leader that there will be only one China, regardless of what happens to the island. In a statement just before midnight, the Foreign Affairs Ministry described the One China principle as the compass for safeguarding Taiwan's peace and stability. U.S. President Joe Biden was ambiguous when asked about the election results. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, meanwhile, congratulated the people of Taiwan for showing the strength of its democratic system. Blinken said he looked forward to working with Lai to advance their shared interests and values. The remark drew the ire of Beijing. The Foreign Affairs Ministry slammed Washington for interfering in affairs related to Taiwan. The U.S. statement also sent a wrong signal towards separatist forces, it added. U.S. House Speaker Mike Johnson added fuel to the fire by saying that he will lead a delegation of lawmakers to Taipei in May, when Lai has taken office. Washington's ally Japan also defied pressure from China. Foreign Minister Yoko Kamikawa said Tokyo will work on deepening cooperation and exchanges with Taiwan. She described Taiwan as an extremely crucial partner and an important friend, noting the two sides have had close economic and people-to-people exchanges. Britain also received a rebuke from China after Foreign Minister David Cameron congratulated Lai's victory.
In terms of what happens next, look, we don't want to see any unilateral change in the arrangements across the Taiwan state. We don't believe in the use of force in any way in this situation, and we wish the new president well.
Canada and the European Union were more cautious, saying they welcomed the conclusion of Taiwan's election but stopped short of mentioning Lai. Maisie Mock, Cable News.
A family outing turned into a nightmare after a brother and sister drowned and died near Shek O around 1 p.m. today. They were among a group of 6 hikers from the mainland, trekking near Tai Tau Chau, when a female member of the group fell into the sea and was swept away by the waves. Her 2 elder brothers immediately jumped into the water in an attempt to rescue her. A relative from the group called the police to report the incident. Rescue teams pulled out 1 male and female victim from the water. Both were unconscious and were rushed to Pamela Youth Nethersole Eastern Hospital in Taiwan, when they were declared dead shortly after 2 p.m. The other brother, who managed to swim ashore, suffered minor injuries and was also taken to hospital. Initial investigations suggest that the 55-year-old woman was standing near the edge of a cliff, taking pictures when she was swept away. Her 2 daughters, aged 17 and 29, witnessed the horrifying incident and saw their uncles jump in. The brother who died was 57 years old, while the other one who survived is a Hong Kong ID card holder aged 61. Janice Yu, Cable News.
Rescuers operated in pitch-black conditions as they combed through the rubble looking for anyone trapped or injured. More than 30 Palestinians, some of whom young children, were killed by the latest round of Israeli air raids across the Gaza Strip. Many more were injured as they were taken to hospital. Since Hamas launched an incursion against Israel 100 days ago, which led to the deaths of 1,100 people, nearly 24,000 Palestinians have perished in the Israeli offensive. Those who managed to survive the incessant attacks also complain of the hardships they are facing. There is not a day that we do not move from place to place, Mahmoud said. There is a shortage for everything, and prices are high. With their homes in ruin, many are shivering through winter in these shabby tents. Ibrahim said they are only hoping for peace so they can return to their homes. In Tel Aviv, thousands of Israelis pleaded authorities to help secure the release of their family members held captive by Hamas. Over 130 Israelis remain held in Gaza, after more than 100 were released in November during a truce. Many accused the government of turning a blind eye on the hostages. But Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu remained defiant, saying the military operation will continue until Hamas is destroyed. Raymond Yang, Cable News.